Made a little change from a double tail to a single tail.
That's good.
That's better. That's better.
That's a good fish. That's a good fish right there.
That's a solid one there. Hey, what a bass heads?
Bass heads.
You a bass head?
Yes, sir.
I'm a bass head. Y'all bass head?
I'm a green bass head, bronze bass head.
Yeah.
Any bass, as long as they ain't
All
white bass.
yeah, no white bass.
No.
We are racist. We are definitely racist when it comes to bass. We do
Bass.
not like white bass.
I like the real bass. A white bass is a temperate. It ain't even a bass family.
That's right. Hey, one of y'all asked for it, so we are here at Lake O' the Pines.
Yes, sir.
That's where we are today.
What a beautiful place.
Beautiful morning. My goodness, y'all look out there. Hey, I don't know who you are and what your office is, but I bet it ain't better than mine.
It's going to be something else if it is.
There is some shad flickering around in this creek. Fish blew up a second ago. We are at the north end of Lake of the Pines. We're going to go fish some north stuff. We feel like these fish are coming to us if we go to the north end. That's what I feel like, and that's what you feel like.
Completely.
So
in hoodie, man.
Yeah,
it's
we're
cool.
in hoodie.
And
Yeah,
it's chilly.
a cool morning. The fall migrations are starting to start. This is honestly, we were on the lake back in January, I think. Did not go well. Had a bad day. The lake was real high and muddy, flooded, no vegetation. Just a bad combination for winter fishing, but it's not quite onto the full fault bite yet, so it's a bit of a grind, a bit of a struggle because these fish are moving so much. It can be hard to locate them, and we have zero knowledge of what's going on the lake.
I've been here in 6 months.
We're just going off seasonal cues. The fall should be good. Fall patterns should be starting to come into play, so we're going to run to the north end. We feel like that's where fish are going to. We're going to go up there and fish some pads and some vegetation. Moving baits mostly, I think, is what we got in mind. So that's about all I know. What about you?
Stay tuned, man. I tell you, this time of year is my favorite. When you're wearing a hoodie and you see that little bit of fog coming off the water.
Beautiful.
That water's warm, but it's cooling. That means the air's cool, and it's fall, man. I mean, it may only be September. We could be hot, but we're not.
Yeah, there's times of the year where it might still be 90-degree water temps. I guarantee this water's in the 70s. And we are fixing to go terrorize.
Let's go trash
these
them.
Lake of the Pines bass. Better watch out. Hide your mama.
Request. Lake of the Pines by request.
Hide your mama, hide your kids. We're coming for dinner. This will be a good opportunity for us to kind of tell you what we're thinking as we go along. So we're just literally, you drive around up here, it's an endless maze of shallow water and you know, elevation changes and pads and drains and ditches, and it can be very, very overwhelming. Right, Mike? It's very overwhelming.
Absolutely.
So what we did is we actually were driving, and the first place I stopped, the pads weren't growing like I'm used to them growing in years past. So we literally sat down, idled around, looked at it, said, let's just keep moving until we see more bird life, see something. And we literally pulled around the next corner on some of these runs that I know, and hey, there's some birds on a bank. We saw a big fish blow up. I've seen more fish blow up since then. So we literally drove around until we saw signs of life. The birds were our first clue, and as soon as we stopped because of the birds, we started seeing fish blowing up. So this is where we're going to start our day.
You know what I'm noticing right here too that I like is just like you said, there's pads everywhere. But do you see how this actually would be kind of isolated? It's all by itself.
There's a little brushy, flooded bush island. It's got some lily pads around it, so we're fixing to. Man, I can't talk to y'all anymore. I got to get after them.
Good fish, son.
They're doing some damage, baby. I got me a confidence bait.
Woo! That's a solid fish.
A little mean green and a little sand tone, baby.
That's a solid way to start the day right there, brother.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
fish out there on that big fella. Part of the puzzle. Part of the puzzle, boy. Did he eat that thing? Woo, that old swim bait's gone. Little old swim bait just played a disappearing act on me right there.
Houdini.
Alright, fish number 2. Skinny little rat. But hey, we'll take him. We are really having to grind. It's a tough time of year to try and put the pieces of the puzzle together. Just because those fish move so much right now. And when you're on a lake that you don't know from Adam like this, it gets real tough. But what we found here is what you guys have heard me talking about lately. This is some offshore structure in shallow water. If you don't know, the north end of Lake of the Pines has very, very expansive grass flats. I mean, very expansive. Miles.
Miles of it.
Miles. And what we found is, I noticed some little bushes sticking out. There's a little point of grass that comes out back here behind us, where you can kind of see the shape of the point from the grass mat itself. And out extended from that, there was some bushes. I said, hey, there's a little hump out there on that point. And when I say a hump out there on that point, we're in 3.4 foot of water, and it's probably two foot on top of this hump, but it still sets up the same. And so we fished it, had a good bite there, and hopefully this is one of them kind of spots we might be able to catch a group of, man, huh, Mike?
Yes, sir.
Oh, come on! Oh, hey, remember when I talked about the click in the pads? Yeah. Right as it went under one.
Yeah.
That was a big one too, dude.
That was a good fish. I could hear it. I was going back here I was rolling back for the net.
Ooh, that's a big
I was rolling for the net, boss.
That wasn't no little fish there.
Woo! That was a good one.
Yella, you got on, son.
Uh-oh.
What happened to Yella?
Uh-oh.
That's a little bitty one. You can't say it.
Can you curse on camera? It's poquito.
If you put that swim jig down again, I'm gonna beat you with that rod, boy. Got him bad.
Baby, do you want to love me sexy?
That's not good. Definitely not good on the fox right there.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Little bass.
Oh God, this ain't a bass. It's a bowfin.
Put him in the boat.
I know it. I knew right away when he pounded that.
That old slide. Look, you stuck him right in the eyeball.
I knew that's what that was the second that he hit.
Them things are crazy, boy.
Them things are mean, man. Look at that mouth. Gassed that thing. Take her loose, dude. One blind fish right there.
He's gone.
Gassed that thing, man.
Old dinosaur right there.
Yeah.
What's
God? I don't know. Freaking out.
Sand bass?
What? That's what's bumping you.
Are you kidding me? That's a good sand bass way back here. Oh my God.
I wonder if that's what's bumping you.
The whole time.
I wonder. I don't know.
Yeah, probably.
That's why you're not hooking them.
Yeah. That's a pretty dang good, healthy sand bass right there.
Yeah, that old Sandy right there.
Ate the swim jig.
Ate the swim jig. Or we go to another lake. They said, let's swim with it. Or swim with it.
He swam with it.
I'm like, yeah, I'm like, with it. What are you waiting on?
He ate it all the way over there, and he was swimming right down the path of least resistance. All right, baby bass. Just another little guy ate the little swim bait there. It's kind of weird with how dirty this water is. They're eating a swim bait, but hey, that's what's happening. So
I was thinking the same. You know what?
That's you a monster bass.
You know what I did?
Oh, I got a bass. We done doubled up, Mike.
You know what I did? Let that thing go to the bottom. That's why I was just.
Dude, my trap was just sitting there.
Mine was on the bottom. I ate it off the bottom.
That's a catfish.
No way. You talk about trifecta day, baby. We've caught bowfin, catfish, white bass, largemouth.
Oh, slime head. He done got my line slime. My slime. He's a line slimer. Hey, take it off, man.
That's a line slimer.
You got gloves. Take that old slimy thing out of there.
Give me that backside right there, boy.
These pliers. You got them little gloves on. I don't want to touch a nasty thing.
I don't mind these guys, but don't let them touch a carpet.
No, it'll never come off.
It actually erodes your carpet.
Hang on, don't throw him back. I want to see if he'll talk to the camera.
That's a client.
Make him talk. Make him talk.
A client taught me that.
Y'all hear that?
He said, Mike's right. That's a healthy little channel of catfish. Actually, a channel is the only one that you can lip. They will not close down on your mouth.
I don't like them things. Get that thing away from me. That thing's nasty.
Don't
bring him over here. Put it that way.
Any other
oh no! What'd you do?
He didn't touch it. Any other catfish you can't lip. He'll chomp down on you.
That thing back in the water. Good grief. Man.
You land on my. You scared of that catfish?
I don't like them things, man. They're nasty.
Stay with me, stay with me. Nope, not a big one. Nope. Just looked like it when she first swung on her.
Not a big one, but it's a bass fish.
It's a bass fish.
Hey, we finally caught the target species.
Made a little change from a double tail to a single tail. That's better. That's better. You got it? Let me get one net.
I got it, homie. You got it choked.
That's a good fish. That's a good fish right there.
All you Lake O'Pine's hands, feel free to correct me because I might be wrong. But to the best of my understanding, what we're fishing here is Hahn Point. And man, there is schools of all different species in here.
We caught five species right now.
We ain't catching no big one, but that's our third solid keeper of the day. And it's not late in the day. I mean, we're right around noon or so.
Yeah.
Oh,
good fish.
I mean, they're blowing up in here. Hey, I like that fish. She's pretty, but I got to get back to catching. 5 minutes, 4.8.
I just can't believe that you didn't get him on that doggone fluke.
There's a little guy. They're in here, Bubba. They are in here.
That's what that is.
Oh man, they're swimming at me.
They're all over in here, man.
They are swimming at me, dude.
All over in here.
So many of these fish on the swim bait are just swimming right at me that I'm having the hardest time knowing if there's a fish on or not. I hadn't killed one yet, but it's coming. Just a little wee baby fish right there. Hey, this has been literally, I mean, this has all happened these last several, since the catfish double up. This has been about maybe 30 minutes, all these fish catches.
Absolutely. Maybe even more like 15.
Maybe, yeah. We're right here in one area, and we always talk about that in the fall.
That's it.
You find that one, and this is, if you guys watched the seminar, okay, if you saw the seminar from last week, the end of last week, I talked at length about a condensing point. And what I have right here is to my right, I have a slightly deeper pocket, and this is a big shallow flat, expansive shallow flat. None of it's deeper than 4 foot. And over there on the other side, some deeper water over there. There's like a trough, a little pond type deal that runs across over there. So what we have is, as these points, if you see there's a point here and there's a point here, and right here in this area this water gets condensed, and it condenses these fish top to bottom, puts some bait fish in a smaller area. And these bass, we have finally found a mega school where they have just, I mean, they're little fish for the most part. I caught that one good one, but
That's regardless to me. You know,
right.
I mean, it could have been a big batch.
Could have been a big,
and there principle.
Could be, and as we've seen with the multi-species mixed in, there could be big ones mixed in here with. We just haven't got to yet.
Your principle though is
yes.
Textbook, right on the money.
Condense the bait fish top to bottom. That gets the bass fired up. When they pull up in there with those bait fish, when they're condensed in a shallow area, man, it gets crazy, and that's what's going on. It's hard to have much more fun than this and not get thrown in jail. I mean, we're catching them every couple of minutes.
My bad. That's a bad one.
Y'all see that? That boy's coming from my head right there. Back here on our offshore structure. Back here on our shallow water offshore structure. And that fish just about jerked the rod out of my hand, as little as he is. I'm telling you, we're doing the right thing, buddy. We're doing the right thing, because that's a little tiny baby bass. Man, they are hammered. These bases are so good. See you later, Contact. Deuces.
You wrote that in. Get it! Got it!
Yes!
You got it, boy! You watched him come and wait for it. That was cool, man. Let's go. What? Let's put the fish. Get out there.
Oh, I can do it. Another keeper right there. That's another good fish.
Woo! Dope! Absolutely.
Well, I think that's our 5th keeper. I think we've got enough to have a limit.
100% fall power.
We're back, if you guys can't tell, in the area we were in earlier where I lost a big frogfish right over there.
Yeah, if you'd had that big frogfish.
We had a pretty decent sack. It would have been nothing great, but it would have been a pretty good sack. And man, I tell you what, for first time on the lake, really, I mean, we came once in January, but the lake's so new, it's so different every time you come here with the water level and the vegetation change. We'll go ahead and let that one back in the water.
Look how healthy, the color.
Yeah, beautiful.
Just, it ain't been caught. There's no marks. Fresh fish.
Got a few grass mites on them, but other than that.
Beautiful bass. Good boy. Here we go, back in the water, little baby. Thank you for such a great day. Tell your friends that we said that.
Yeah, it was a day where, I mean, when you really consider everything that we have no knowledge. We're coming here, we've got northeast to northeast winds, bluebird skies, as y'all can tell, a little bit of a post-frontal situation, and not the best moon phase. I mean, we had a lot of factors working against us, but still, I mean, what a day to come out and catch the number of fish we did. Yep. And I'm going to tell you, by the end of this, there is no doubt that we have a pattern.
Absolutely.
I mean, we know exactly where they're at. We know exactly where to look for them, wind-blown, grassy points, and we can run all of them and catch them on it. I mean, not all of them have them on it, but we run enough of them, we run into them.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
Good day. Pines is in phenomenal shape.
Pines is one heck of a beautiful place. What a beautiful,
man, there is so much. I mean, you guys, y'all bass fish, y'all know what that is. I mean, you see all this grass.
There's everything
pads,
up here.
And there is, I mean, no exaggeration,
and that
miles.
Fish, that stuff right there, baby. That stuff is the money. Money. Beautiful hydrilla right there.
For anybody that wants to know about grass, and I hear this called hydrilla all the time.
All the time.
This is coontail. This is native grass to Texas. This is hydrilla. This is actually considered an invasive species, but we love it because this is the best grass you can find, is that right there. You see how that has that big broad blade and a really thick, almost neon green stem? And this has a much thinner stem and thinner leaves.
Like hair, almost.
Yeah. It's like a raccoon's tail. That's why they call it coontail, right?
Exactly why they call it coon's tail.
But that is, we've got a mixture of all that up here. But if you're looking for grass, if you have, you know, 2 different types of grass, this is your number 1 choice. This is your number 2 choice. So that's it. We appreciate you guys watching as always. Hope you enjoyed it. Like we said, we came to this lake because of your requested Lake of the Pond specifically. We didn't. I know there's a lot bigger fish in here, guys. I know we'll probably get roasted a little bit over that, but hey, we came here with no knowledge. I'm pretty proud of what we did because we got a lot of bites, got consistent bites, and figured out a pattern. So I hope you can learn something from it. We sure hope you watch next time. If you like that video, hit that thumbs up. If you want to see more, subscribe. Check out this guy at McFarlandFishing.com. He's linked below. And other than that, we'll see you next time right here on your Lake Fork Guide. Y'all hear that? Y'all see that? That boy's coming from my head right there. I don't like that thing. Get that thing away from me. That thing's nasty. Don't bring him over here. Look at that way.
Any other
Oh no, what'd you do?